right, so our guest has arrived in studio. We just told you that we will be hosting Afande Hiram. He's a police officer in the National Police Service, or is it Kenya Police Service? Atatuambia tu saizi. And the conversation today is around police versus the public and why it's time for change. So Afande, karibu tena sana to Radio Generation. We are glad that you're here. A very good morning to you. Yes. Hiram Kimathi. Okay. Karibia microphone tafadhali.
But currently working with the National Police Service.
All right.
Yes. In the National Police Service, we have two services that board and merge and form the National Police Service.
Okay.
That is the Administration Police and the Kenya Police.
So GSU wanna fall under which?
GSU wanna fall under Kenya Police Service. It's a unit, paramilitary unit of the Kenya Police.
Okay.
So we have, for the sake of clarity, so we have the National Police Service.
We have the National Police Service as the bigger umbrella. Then within the National Police Service, we have now the Administration Police Service, which is ended by Afande Masengeri, who is the DIG. Then we have the Kenya Police Service, which is ended by the DIG, Kenya Police Service.
Okay.
And the two of them now, who is above them now, all, the umbrella of the National Police Service,
right,
is the IG, the Inspector General.
Yes, okay. Kanja now. All right. Now I've understood. I actually thought GSU is also like a third arm, which has its own Deputy Inspector General.
No. So within the National Police Service, within the Kenya Police Service, we have very many units. That is where now you find the General Service Unit, the Traffic Wing, the General Duty Officers, where I fall into. Within the Administration Police Service, we have now the Border Police Unit, we have the Anti-Stock Theft Unit,
right,
Rapid Deployment Unit. We have another big unit,
yes,
the SOG, which is a very specialized unit. So even the REC unit fall under the Kenya Police.
Okay. So a question again, still on just the divisions of the police. Samido, the musician, stroke the police officer. Yeye ni wa side gani? Because nilisikia juzi amepatiwa amekuwa deployed to anti-stock. So was he AP or was
so what happened? I want to clarify this.
Yes.
This is what happened.
Right.
Under the leadership of the former president.
Right.
They realized
former President Uhuru now?
Uhuru Kenyatta.
Okay.
They realized there is a lot of duplication of work. That the two services are doing almost the same job.
Yes.
So what they did, they came up with something that we call the merger.
Okay.
They took almost 24,000 police officers from the Administration Police Service. They merged it with the Kenya Police Service.
All right.
So that now the Administration Police have a well-defined law, and the Kenya Police have a well-defined law. Okay. So you will find most of the time, the police officers you will see on the ground are police officers from the Kenya Police Service, because they did mainly on crime issues and safety of the people. But when you come to the Administration Police, the people you'll see around,
yes,
are mainly the security of government buildings. And the special unit now, the special unit zile ziko kwa msitu. Na sasa the anti-stock theft unit. So now within the National Police Service, you are supposed to, you can work you can work in any service. So after the merger now, you can be taken from the Kenya Police and work in the Administration Police Service.
Okay.
You can come out from the National Police Service and work in the Kenya Police.
I'm looking at the training. Is the training the same?
The training is not the same.
Okay.
So the Administration Police and the GSU have one common training. We really like referring it as a paramilitary kind of a training. Paramilitary. It's more of police work, but more of military work, because you'll be so much engaged on the field, tactical fields. So there is a lot of work that needs to be done on our borders. That is why we have the border control unit. I can tell you the whole truth. We are sleeping today because of the border police unit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of the work they are doing right now in the border areas.
All right.
So within now the border areas, we have now the rapid deployment unit. This unit is deployed rapidly upon any emergency thing that the country encounters.
For example, like when we had the do-sit situation.
Yes. We have the Westgate, the Garissa attack. We have a lot of things happening even in Boni Forest right now as we are talking.
Yeah.
Even in budgetary prone areas, we have those units responding on those issues.
Oh yeah, like huko mahali kuna bandits
mahali kuna
rustling and just violence.
Where there is a lot of violence, which mainly involves weapons.
So now kuna Kiganjo is where you
now
you went.
Me, I didn't start from Kiganjo.
I
started from administration police. Then after the merger, that's why I found myself now into the Kenya Police Service.
So in terms of training, just what she asked, when we want to train a police officer, because this is when we hear of police recruitment, munaendanga nyinyi wote mnaanzia Kiganjo in terms of training.
At once wote Kiganjo. This how the training is structured. Kiganjo, they deal so much on classwork that involves how now you want to civilians. Although now the curriculum right now that is coming in after this merger and National Police Service Act coming in, we have a lot now that is being covered in all the institutions. Because now that the basic recruit course takes place in 3 institutions. It takes place in Campus A, that is in GSU training ground. Campus B, then it takes place in administration police training campus. Then sasa kuna Kiganjo. Kiganjo is ni sisi tunavaa the blue uniform. Unaona. So when you see a person on the blue, a lot of blue uniform, you will continue seeing that on the street.
Yes.
That is Kiganjo product. And that is why now it's the main campus.
Yes.
That where sheria ni mingi. A lot of work is done in Kiganjo. They are doing a lot of good work.
By the way, we were just speaking here before you got in and about the curriculum, because you've touched on the curriculum. We just been wondering, how is the curriculum of all these the trainings that you people do? Do
and
you have,
how long is it?
Yes, and how long? Yeah.
I did my course for 15 months.
Okay.
The former courses did their course in 9 months. The police course now maximum at duration is 9 months. And I can tell you that 9 months you cover a lot. No, most of the time I have this assumption that a lot of people think that police officers are the most unlearned people in the world. That is a very unfortunate kind of a situation. We are the most learned people.
Okay.
Because the kind of curriculum you are subjected into has a lot to cover. It has to cover criminal procedure codes. It has to cover the Constitution. It has to cover the Bill of Rights. It has to cover maybe public relations with people. It has to cover a lot. First aid, kuna vitu. So a police officer most of the time, it's only that tutumiangi chance mzuri sana. Tunakuanga madaktari, tunakuanga people. Because anytime there is an accident, you'll see a police officer. Yeah. He's not a medic, but he has some background information about first aid. So there is a lot of work that is done in Kiganjo in any other place.
Right. So when today, assuming I go for police recruitment,
so the only problem is that they train us so hard. They give us the best.
Yeah.
But hawajai tupatia chata. Such that tunaweza patia. This is a diploma.
Oh, there's no like a certificate tunaweza toka now.
So now the certificate part by a bit of it atupatangi sana.
So afande, niko na swali. In terms of umeingia, tuseme umeingia Kiganjo leo. Day one, what happens? Are you told, are you given a gun and told sasa abwenda kwa range, or are you told kimbia hii field for 3 hours?
Let me tell you this,
what happens?
Friend.
Yeah.
The day one in Kiganjo, or the day one in any of the training police institution, not even the day one, the first 3 months are hell on the planet Earth. Because you are engaged in different kinds of activity. Guns becomes the last, before even you are given a gun, you must be taught on how to handle this thing. You go to class, you are taught first, even before you touch that gun. You are taught about that thing. So the day one in Kiganjo is the breaking stage. You are supposed to be broken out. Okay. Like they break you. You have been a civilian. Now they are trying to transition you from a civilian to a police officer. So what happens in that situation? They will break you now. Uraia lazima itoke. So lazima wakuvunja. So that uweze kufiti kwa system yao.
Ukiniambia
kuvunja means
si kunichapa lakini.
Si kukuchapa.
Okay.
But now they have to introduce you to vigorous exercises that still zinakutoa ile uraia sasa. Zinakuintroduce kwa another system.
What do you mean by kutoa hiyo uraia?
Kutoa hiyo uraia means is a word used in those training. Inamaanisha ya kwamba we must get you out of the person you used to be, so that at least now kwa mind yako it's a matter of the mindset. Wakwambia sasa your mindset is supposed to be tuned. Right now the career you're getting yourself into,
yes,
this is what you are going to encounter. Unaona, wanakuambia in the crowd ya kwamba utapata mtu anapiga risasi. So what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to crawl.
Yes.
So they will introduce you to that to crawling. Wanakuambia utapata mahali kuko na dead grounds. Ni swamp. You are supposed to go through the swamp. So they have swamps to kupitisha those tunnels.
So this is in the first 3 months.
The first 3 months. Then again there is a lot of drill work. Life unasikianga mnasemanga mjuangi anasema nini? Hizo maturnings na kila kitu.
Mimi kitu nasikianga every time I watch the president during Madaraka Day. Nasikia tu.
Unaona hiyo? Hiyo unasikianga.
Yes.
Unafundishwa mpaka now you can understand the words.
Okay.
Because it is English.
Okay.
It is English, but the way it is said, you may think it is German. Okay.
I think for the longest time, Kenyans feel like maybe that training yenye mnapata, like that period you've said 9 months, some others umesema 15 months. Do you think is enough?
Let me tell you this, madam. Most of the time, they have tried that course. They did that course in 2011 and 2013. They tried this extension period of training. We went for 15 months. They came to realize again, even taking this person for 15 months is not even helping this much. So let them go for 9 months. Then after 9 months, they continue with the circuit of training. So after 9 months, I am introduced to other kinds of training after. That will see me in the National Police Service. We have courses each and every time. Within a year, utapata kiganjo kuna watu wako course fulani. Kama ni anti-terrorism imekuwa like is mahali crisis iko sana, wanaita watu kwa training. Kama ni international law wanataka kuintroduce you to, wanakuita training. So that what happens. The circuit of the training will go on until time.
So in terms of other skills that you acquire within this training, and even I think sometimes even this ongoing training, even after now you've been certified as a police officer. For example, interrogation. Is it something that you actually taught? If you meet a suspect, let's say it's a lady like Patricia here, there's a way you approach and ask these questions. Is it part of what you're taught? Ama sasa unatumia tu intelligence yako?
Let me tell you this, my friend. Police work is another profession.
Right.
That when you try to use your easy vitu zingine, it will not work for you. Because right now it is a professional service, where professionalism is the code of the day. So you can't use any other knowledge unless the knowledge impacted on you. So if it is an investigation, you must be taught how to investigate a person. Patricia, saa hii tunaweza enda naye kwa street, nimwambie this is the suspect, interrogate that person. Patricia will not do it. But you must be taught the drills of interrogation. You must be very, very sober in terms of matters of interrogation and investigation. Because this thing from investigation then leads to arrest. What does arrest lead to? It leads to prosecution before the court of law. So you must do a very thorough job. That's why then you have to be subjected in that kind of a training.
So which police officers join the DCI? Because I believe not everyone is in the DCI. Because even when I go to
police, what happens in the DCI?
Right.
All police officers are. We have people from the administration police service right now in the DCI.
Okay.
We have people from the GSU who are in the DCI. We have people from the GD now. GD is the general duty officers. That we will see on the street. Tumevaa mabruze tuko area. The bro boys. Sasa ndio the general duty.
Yeah.
So every person, every police officer in the National Police Service is eligible to join the DCI. So they will do talent scouting. There is a time they will send a course. Umefanya course fulani, umefanya mambo ya international law. Maybe wanataka mtu amefanya either German, French, unaona. They will call you in. Anytime an interview comes in, una apply.
But ukiapply, so tuseme wewe ukitaka uapply kuingia DCI. Is there extra training that is done, ama now you're just integrated and Afande Hiram
the DCI has its own training grounds which are all over.
I know there's one in South Sea.
There is one in South Sea.
Right.
That is where now you are subjected into another course you are brought in as a police officer, but still now you need to have expansion of the mind and knowledge in terms of how you're going to handle things on the ground, because they have a lot of work they do. They have a lot of work they do.
Right. Interesting. We've had, there are very many things we hear in the media in regards to police, and we just want to understand if this is also part of the training, so that as you're taught to become that police officer or military officer, depending on the wing, we've had this like trigger happy cops. Is it something that is, I'm sure you're not taught to go and just shoot randomly in the streets, but we've heard of this word, trigger happy policemen. Maybe you can tell us what that is all about. Is it because there are some cops who never finished their training, ama tu ni mtu ako na shida zingine, ama noma iko wapi?
So kitu moja unataka uelewe, my friend,
yes,
ni ya kwamba apart from you being a police officer, you are a human being before. Kuna kitu naona ina trend sana, unasikia mtu anakuambia na nguo yenyewe inasema aje. So for a police officer, the transitioning process from being a civilian to a police officer,
right?
You are a civilian police officer. That is the right word to use. That transitioning process, you are taught a lot. So when it comes to something we call trigger happy, no, my brother saying trigger happy is a very ambiguous word, because trigger happy has cost us a lot. That is like saying we have people in the national police who like wake up in the morning and do a lot of
they just want to
random shooting. Yeah. And I'll tell you one thing. Sometimes things do. We have police officers who kill themselves even in their house.
Yes,
sure.
We have.
So I want to bring you in to this topic to show you that majority of the officers sometimes are going through. They are challenging. They are subjecting in challenging environment, and at the same time there is a lot of challenges these guys go through.
Right.
So most of the time when you see a person waking up in the morning, he is going for this job. You are going for this job. Hakuna extraneous allowance. At least yenye utaweza rudi kwa nyumba useme nimetoka kazi leo, at least I can relax.